Ashamed to ask, ashamed to admit, got Jewy questions. This is it. Wise, wicked, simple, or unsure how to ask. We'll open up the books, the ark. We'll open up your cynical heart. No such a thing as a dumb question, okay, that's mostly true. Tammy and Shoshana are here for you. Ashamed to admit, ashamed to ask.
It's everything you didn't get in Jewish studies class.
Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Ashamed to Admit presented by the Jewish Independent. I'm Tammy Sussman. With me is my acquaintance and co-host Shoshana Gottlieb-Becker.
And what else?
And
most loyal defender in Instagram reel comments, perhaps.
that's true, you did stand up for me.
Mostly I stood up for a concept that I backed.
Okay.
Like I yes-anded you in the episode because I agreed with your statement. Mm-hmm. And then everyone came for you because you said it.
Yeah, and then you...
And then you were just like not responding. In the fight or flight, you float. You flew.
That's pretty true.
And I fought.
Yeah, you did. And you somehow managed to find a way to be my defender whilst reminding me of our low status friendship. Because
What do you mean?
you said to the trolls, stop being mean to my acquaintance, Tammy Sussman.
Yeah. I peppered that in there. That was a joke, by the way.
I know. I like it.
That was a joke.
I like it. I also like something else that you do. I don't know if you've noticed this. You don't correct the spelling of my name in captions, and I think that's
I don't correct any spelling in any caption
Why?
ever. I am lazy.
I thought you were going to say it's like a statement or it's
No.
like a...
I'm so lazy.
So that's
I'll
what it
only
is.
do it in stories. Mm-hmm. If you have, this is like an insider tip. If you put captions on a story through Instagram, it will bleep out any swear words.
Right.
I don't like to be censored, and also the beep sound is annoying. It's like a sensory thing. Anyway, and so I always just like add back in the swear word. So it's always saying everything incorrectly.
All right. So it's not personal.
No, you should still take it as a personal slight. but-
Okay. That reel in question
Yes.
was something that was posted to the Jewish Independent social media pages. We thought it would be an innocuous clip or just a cute clip having a laugh about the fact that a friend of mine some years ago brought hot cross buns to Seder.
Yeah.
That's it. That's what we thought the reel was about.
Yeah.
But apparently that's not what the reel was about. What did people latch onto
You asserted
in that clip?
in that clip that Jews aren't drinkers. Mm-hmm. And that made people real angry. People were mad. They did not like the fact that you suggested sobriety for the Jewish people.
Yeah.
They were like, what fucking Jews do you know? You dumb bitch. You've never met a Jew. All of the ones I know are drunk.
You've summed it up.
That's literally
perfectly.
the entire comments.
That was
and then
the
it was
comments.
that, and then there was a couple comments being like, who cares if she brought chametz hot cross buns to your Seder? You're being mean, you fucking Jew. Like that's it.
How good was that reel? Is like, I don't know, people use these words like it's like a real microcosm or it's a real snapshot.
No, it was a
into-
microcosm of everything.
Yeah. Was brilliant.
Yeah.
So brilliant. Got so much unexpected traction that we're going to do a whole episode about whether or not Jews are drinkers. Now, after that reel went up, after it went to stories, I did a bit of market research and I put a poll in my stories. Are you laughing at the way I've pronounced poll?
No, I'm just laughing at like market research is I'm going to post to my friends.
Yes. No, I don't.
My friends and followers.
No, so now I have, because my grandmother went viral, I have like barely any friends now on Instagram. Like
That's the true price of fame.
it's true. Most of
my
them,
grandma went viral and now I don't have any friends.
Yeah.
It's like one of those Take 5 magazine
it's
covers.
true. Was it worth it? Okay, so I put a poll and the question in the poll was, tell me your name, I'm going to talk to my camera now because I haven't done that all episode. Tell me your name. No, I didn't even ask that. Sorry, I just got distracted. Tell me what Jewish community you belong to, like location, and are they drinkers? I'm going to share the results now.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
I don't have that on my sheet.
Yeah, it's in the script notes, but don't worry. All right, so people, I had quite a few people Jews from former Soviet Union communities. They maintain that they are
Drinkers.
drinkers.
Am I allowed to push back yet?
Yeah.
Okay, I would argue that's the Soviet part of them.
Yes.
Not necessarily the Jewish part.
Right,
But we'll
exactly.
get there because we'll get there. But
Okay.
but I will argue that is culturally relevant to their identities, like sans the Jewishness.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Religious people, there tended to be the more religious you were, the more likely you were to be drinkers. We'll get to that.
Okay.
We'll get to that. This is just from my market research. If you're from Melbourne, you're drinkers of coffee. If you're from Hungary or Poland, if you have Polish or Hungarian roots, you are drinkers of soda water. If you're from the United States of America, mixed. I had one person from Colombia. Guess what she said?
Coffee.
No.
She's not a drinker.
Just cocaine. No, she didn't. She didn't say that. No. She said no.
That
no.
felt racial.
In her Jewish, am I going to get cancelled for that?
Cancelled.
Yeah,
Tammy cancelled.
In her Jewish community, no. Not drinkers. Okay, someone wrote to me, yeah, I'm the shiksa goddess in my Jewish family. So yes, I'm a drinker, which kind of proves my point. And then I got some pretty funny DMs, like they didn't really answer the poll, but they just messaged me. One person said, I once heard that the Hakoah Club, which is...
It's Bondi's version of like a Jewish community center, like a JCC, and then it shut down. But it was run pretty much exclusively by Hungarian Jews.
Yeah. Well, I'd say
And there was pokies, there was a swimming pool, there was a kosher restaurant, there was a bar.
yeah. It was like an Jewish RSL, right? Jewish equivalent.
That would be the Australian version.
Yeah. So she said, I once heard that the Hakoah Club had the lowest alcohol sales of all clubs across Australia.
So funny.
She said, but the highest in cappuccinos. And then another person said, Jews are definitely not real drinkers. At my Israeli wedding, unlimited beer and wine per person came at a cost of an additional 20 shekels.
Cooked. No, we're not drinkers. And here's the thing with religious people thinking they're drinkers. When you are within your own community and you're religious and you're sort of in your bubble, you don't experience what true drinkers are like. And I have also been, since this episode, I've been trying to diagnose the drinking nature of the community. Religious people tend to be binge drinkers. And that is different. A binge drinker doesn't hold their alcohol the same way a person who drinks 3 wines with dinner multiple times a week holds their alcohol.
Yeah.
Here's my story.
Yeah.
When Sky and I first started dating, end of 2022, this is 2023, Pesach, all of my friends come to town at the same time. And I'm like, this is a great opportunity for my new girlfriend to meet all of my friends. So Sky comes over to meet literally all of my friends from this one friend group at the same time. Sky's a bit nervous. If you're nervous, you're culturally Australian because you grew up in Wollongong, and you're about to meet all of your new partner's friends. What do you bring? Alcohol. Sky brings a bottle of wine, kosher for Pesach wine. We're sitting down. She's the only person who drank from that bottle. I had a cup because I felt bad for her. And she left that being like, what is wrong with your friends?
Yeah. And now that she's been with you for
We don't drink that
years.
much. It's again, we can get into why all of these things are, but Jews, and again, it's cultural. When you compare the average Jewish Australian to the average non-Jewish Australian, Jews are not drinkers.
Yeah. Okay.
It's actually kind of embarrassing.
I also think that maybe, I think because we live in Sydney as well,
Yeah, fair.
which is a warm environment. It's very beach focused.
Yeah, like health focused.
It's very health focused. We want to wake up
But
in the morning
even-
and go for a coastal walk or Pilates.
Even then,
Yeah.
after we posted that clip and I defended your honor,
Thank you.
someone replied to my story and said, "Have you heard of Yavne beers?" Do you know what Yavne is?
Is Yavne a religious school?
Yavne is a modern Orthodox school in Melbourne.
Okay.
Yavne beers apparently are when you go around after a party and clear up all the bottles, and it's all of the beer bottles that have like 7/8 of the beer left in it. And they don't live in a warm environment, like welcoming environment, you know? That's Melbourne.
Okay.
So that's your proof right there. That has
Yeah.
a name. That's a phenomena with a name. Anyway.
Anyway,
Anyway.
got me thinking, what does Judaism say about alcohol? Like maybe
So much.
it's something in within our text. Like maybe it's cultural, but it's also textual.
So there's lots of mentions of wine in text. Firstly, I'll say there's lots of like kosher rules around wine, which is really interesting. So already it's something we handle a bit more, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? We're more careful as we approach it.
Yeah.
Right? You can't just drink any old wine because wine is used so much in religious ritual outside of Judaism. It's used for when you go to church and you drink wine all the time. And I think in ancient religions, wine was a big part of their ritual practice as well. And so in Judaism, you can't have wine that has been intended for idolatrous purposes. So this is why kosher wine sucks. This is going to be the real heading. Why kosher wine sucks. Because in order for kosher wine to be handled by to be kosher, it has to be two things. For kosher wine to be kosher, it's one of two things. Number one, it is not touched by a non-Jewish person from the time it is, I'm pretty sure it's since the grapes are harvested or by the time it's wine until it's packaged, like bottled at your table, you're pouring it. That whole line has to be like just Jews touching it.
Wow.
That's like the wine. And that's expensive. It's hard to come by in Australia.
Yeah.
You get it more in Israel.
Yeah.
All of that stuff. Then you have mavushal wine, which literally is cooked wine. And that's when, in order to make it kosher and handleable by anyone, you boil the shit out of it. It's like boiled, like that. It's a cooked wine.
Okay.
And so it makes it taste less good. So most wines that you get that are kosher at restaurants or at, I don't know, Liquorland or whatever, you know, non-kosher liquor store near you, they have like a kosher section.
Yeah.
They're all mavushal wines.
Okay.
And it tastes like
Bum.
dookie. It's like not nice.
Okay.
That's the rules around wine. So
Yeah.
I also think that honestly, Jews drink less wine than other people because in the diaspora we are mostly drinking.
Crap
If you're religious, you're drinking shit wine.
Okay.
Anyway, so that's like
Yeah.
I think one of the main things is that we are intentional in the way that we handle wine. Maybe that leads to the way that we ingest it as well.
Okay. I'm pretty proud of myself because I put some information in the research today and I came across it by accident.
So wine is mentioned, or drinking in general is mentioned a lot in the Torah and Tanakh. And it's mostly stories that warn you against drinking, which is also why, you know, when you have most of your mythology and your fables of being like drinking is bad, you're disinclined, again, to not drink all the time.
Okay.
So you have stories like after Noah gets off the ark, first thing he does, plant a vineyard, make wine. Makes wine, gets off his face drunk. Then goes to lie down, and this gets a bit like trigger warning-y. He goes to lie down and it's implied that one of his sons sexually assaults him as he's like passed out drunk. And then he curses his son forever and it's really bad to this whole thing. The answer being, drinking in excess caused this, right?
Yeah.
Or is part of this scenario.
The loss of control.
The same thing happens with after the city of Sodom is destroyed. Lot, he escapes and his wife turns to salt.
I've heard about it.
I've heard of him.
I'm familiar.
So Lot escapes this destroyed town. His wife turns to salt. He's running away with his 2 daughters. They run up onto a mountaintop. and they look out and the entire valley beneath them is being destroyed by brimstone and fire, right? Like hailing down. They think naturally it's the end of the world. So what do you do when it's the end of the world and you're hanging out in a mountain cave with your dad and your sister?
You get fucked up.
Well, you get your dad drunk and you sleep with him so you can repopulate the world.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you didn't see that one coming?
Did not.
No. So again, it's this story about, and it's a story in the text. It's not condoned whatsoever. If anything, drinking once again is a tool for immorality.
All right.
Okay, this loss of inhibition, this like purposely trying to fool someone with drinking for a means to an end, whatever it is. Anyway, and then there's a couple of other mentions I won't get into. Oh, I will actually. The person who basically invented how we pray today, her name is Hannah. She's a story. She prays silently in the temple or in the tabernacle, and she is mistaken for being drunk and is berated. And so again, it's like this drinking whilst doing something important has negative connotation, and that's where the thing that you found comes into play, because you found something from Leviticus. From
I did.
Sefer Vayikra.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to read part of it?
Sure.
Like first line?
Yeah. So this is from Leviticus, which is in the Tanakh,
In the Torah, yeah.
in the Torah. Do not drink wine in such a way that will lead to intoxication, neither you nor your sons with you when you enter the tent of meeting. That's the tabernacle, the Mishkan.
Yep.
Hey, I remember.
Nice.
So that you do not die. This is an eternal statute for your generations.
Again, you should not be drinking when you are doing something ritually important. That's what it's saying,
Okay.
right? You're going into a place to serve God. Don't do it while you're drinking. Incidentally, Aaron's sons who are given this commandment die for different reasons.
Yes, they do. No, I think this happens after they die. God says this after they die from catching on
maybe.
fire.
Fire goes up their nostrils and into their body.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, it's you're not supposed to. You're supposed to have a clear mind when you're doing certain things. But also, I think something you have to remember in the ancient world, they were always a bit drunk. They didn't have, and maybe this is more into medieval times, but your water's dirty.
Yeah.
And you have to stay hydrated. Everyone's just drinking beer.
Yeah. I had that suspicion too.
Right? That's maybe not in the desert when they're going like back and forth because they're relying on, miracle water.
Yeah.
But at a certain point in time, you're always at a base level of beer drunk.
Yeah.
And so any drinking on top of that is going to, what is it? Beer before liquor, never sicker? Is that what it is?
I only remember beer and grass, you're on your ass, grass and beer, you're in the clear.
I think it's like beer before liquor, never sicker, liquor before beer, you're in the clear.
I also think because like in those times, they're like beta blockers and SSRIs and all those weren't invented yet.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
That's my hot take.
They hadn't invented medication yet.
They hadn't invented antidepressants.
Anyway, there's more to say about what happens, but I think then you also have when drinking is encouraged in Judaism,
Okay.
right? Because that's all like the no-nos and the poo-poos.
Yeah.
Don't do it. The Talmud says that you should drink in a shiva house
So,
when someone's mourning for 7 days after a loved one has died.
okay, a Shiva house, just
Yeah,
to repeat
Shiva
that.
house.
Yep.
You should drink up to like 10 cups of wine with them, it says, and it breaks it down. But basically you're trying to drink them to encourage an appetite because, usually people who are in states of sadness, mourning, depression aren't very hungry. Get them to drink a little, then they'll eat.
Ah,
Right? Once
Okay.
they've eaten, get them to drink a bit more, it'll like sort of loosen them up a bit.
okay.
So it's a time it's encouraged.
Yep.
But the most famous time that drinking is encouraged is Purim, right? We are commanded to drink until we don't know the difference between Mordechai and Haman, right? Between the protagonist and the villain of the
Yep.
story.
Okay.
But that's like pretty much the only time where you're actively told to get shit-faced.
What about on Passover? Because one of the comments that came up on this reel, because it was about Passover Seder, was that
4
you're
cups.
supposed to drink 4
Right.
cups of wine.
Again, 4 cups of wine in the grand scheme of things, when you when you're drinking regularly, 4 cups is child's play.
Okay.
When you're drinking beer as your main source of, hydration.
Yes.
Or if you're drinking like wine a lot, like a lot, 4 cups at dinner is nothing too crazy. I mean, it's
Okay.
expensive, right?
Yeah.
It's not about, I think the other thing is that the point of it isn't to get drunk.
Right.
The 4 cups of wine, there's lots of different ideas what the symbology is, but it's about 4 different expressions of freedom, of being redeemed by God. But also it's about signifying royalty, right? Tonight we are not slaves. We are royal.
So
we
it's
are
about
opulent. And so it's about
abundance, not scarcity. Okay.
Exactly. So it symbolizes something different. Purim isn't about we drink because we were royalty. Purim is we're going to drink and get fucked up because this is our version of carnival.
Right.
Right. So like they're given for different. If you're a lightweight and 4 cups gets you drunk, that's on you. That's what I'll say.
Also,
Yeah.
this is really important in my opinion. In the same vein as how long is a piece of string, how big is a cup? Because I've noticed Jews have a lot of those little cups.
So the rabbis give specific
Oh, they do.
like, but it's still, it's not like a big goblet. It's like maybe you can't see. I'm holding up my hands to the screen. So if you're walking your dog, stop and just look at me. Hold up how big a cup is supposed to be. Like yay or so, right? It's still like a regular, probably standard drink. Maybe
you
less
reckon?
than. I'd say it's even less than.
Yeah.
It's smaller than a beer by far.
Okay.
And then so that's all like sort of the Torah stuff, right? That's and the Talmud and like what we're commanded. And then you get into sort of the feel good side of Judaism and the sort of philosophy, how to better yourself, like the self-help books of Judaism. It's called
Understood.
Musar. It's like it's how do I strengthen my inner life, right? And my philosophical, ideological take on the world.
Okay. Who are the authors of Mossar?
Musar is just sort of the name, it's the genre, and it could
Okay.
be like any rabbi. It's a lot of rabbis.
Can it be you?
No, because I don't want to write Musar.
Okay.
But it could be, it's anyone.
All right. Because
Yeah,
if you
pretty
create
much.
a meme that's feel good, you technically
Maybe. It's more like how do I live nice and Jew. It's not here are your laws. It's how do I do things and feel good about them.
Okay, we
You know
need
what
an
I mean?
episode on this
We can have one.
where you and I just
Do Musar.
we just bounce off each other.
Anyway,
okay, go.
Musar talks a lot about how it's really, and this is sort of what's reflected in the Torah, it's hard to serve God when you're impaired. And so if you're living a godly life, if you're living a life where you want to serve God every day and you want to pray and you want to say brachot or blessings before you eat and after you eat, you can't be drunk to do that. It's not proper. That's what Musar kind of like comes along and tells us. But then you have, and this is what you mentioned before, you said that religious people said that they were drinkers, right? And a lot of religious groups have the reputation of being drinkers. But again, they're kind of binge drinkers and they're always drinking for purpose. At least they're supposed to. It's supposed to be that you're drinking to have a good time. And so I brought a quote from, I won't read the whole thing, but I brought a quote from a Hasidic rabbi, right? Because Hasidut or Hasidism is all about bringing emotion back into religious practice. It's not just about it being an intellectual pursuit, but it's a emotional, spiritual pursuit as well. It's a whole long thing happens in like the 16th century that we can't get into right now because we just don't have the time. Maybe we can have an episode on it.
But they are more religious for people who've never heard the word Hasidic before.
If you want to use, they're ultra orthodox. They're
Okay.
a flavor of ultra orthodoxy,
All right.
right? They're the guys you see in the black hats, beards.
Super Jews.
Super Jews, sure.
Okay.
That feels anti-Semitic. I don't know why, but that feels like you shouldn't be allowed to say that. Anyway, so they say, it's a good idea. This is literally what the rabbis say. It's a good idea for you to get together for a drink once in a while, but not to get drunk and disorderly. God forbid, right? The way of the Hasidim is to bond together and to rouse the animal soul. Sometimes you have to connect with like your bodily self. It's not just all about, again, this spiritual pursuit. And it says, even someone whose constitution does not allow him to drink liquor should still dilute it with water and drink together with fellowship. So the rabbis are giving you religious permission to get together with your mates and drink. But then they say that when you're drinking, you should be singing religious songs. Okay? So that you're drinking with the goal of feeling roused and ready to praise God and to sing and to dance and I love God, la la la. Like that's what you're doing. You're not drinking just to drink, you're drinking to serve God. And I think that's gotten misconstrued that like now on a Friday night you go and you have some beers or you go and like get your wife's at home with the kids and then you go and get drunk at shul or something. Or after Kiddush at shul on Shabbat, like your wife goes home with the kids and you stay and get drunk. And can they call that religious, godly pursuit? I don't know. Who's to say? I think that's something internal. But I do think that that's sort of the basis of Jews thinking they're drinkers because that's still binge drinking. And if you're doing it like these rabbis are telling you, it's every so often. It's once in a while. It's not all the time.
Can I confess something to you before we potentially move on?
Yeah.
When you were telling me about that rabbi saying that you should be singing songs while you're drunk, a song popped into my mind.
What was it?
I get knocked down, but I get up again.
Yeah, that's what that song is about, the Jewish experience. That song is about Jewish oppression.
You're never going to keep me down.
That's pogroms. That song is about Eastern European pogroms. Jews get knocked down. That's literally the plot of Fiddler. We get knocked down. We get exiled.
We get back up again.
We get back. We're going to... Anatevka will be somewhere else. Anatevka's in our heart.
Yeah, you're never going to keep me down. Amazing.
Yeah, exactly.
Anything else you'd like to add at this juncture?
About drinking?
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Well,
I really I become so anti. I think it's fun sometimes.
Yeah.
I think I can go on a rant. Do you want me to go on a rant?
yeah, because
Okay.
it wouldn't be an episode without Shoshana's rant.
We try to excuse drinking. We say that it's for like religious ritual purposes. And a lot of it is, right? We do Kiddush on Shabbat, right? So you like twice, 3 times on Shabbat. So you're having wine then, Pesach, Purim. That's fine, okay? The number one thing I freaking hate, and this is not just a Sydney thing, this is an everyone thing. So there's a holiday called Simchat Torah that comes at the end of Sukkot, like the last few days. It's one of those holidays that like no one really knows what to do. It's just there. You celebrate. It's like the renewal of the Torah cycle. And so it's a day of celebration. And the way that celebration has been sort of construed nowadays is that to celebrate as an adult, you need to drink. And for some reason in our communities, that translates to everyone's going to go to shul on the night of Simchat Torah, get fucked up, drink in excess, handle the holiest item we have, which is a Torah, right? I'm going to be drunk. I'm going to be like holding a Torah whilst impaired, which again, we know what you're not supposed to do. And then I'm going to give teenagers drinks. And so teenagers get together and they shul hop. They go from synagogue to synagogue and you've got these idiots who are just plying them with alcohol. And it's disgusting. That is not the kind of drinking culture we should be teaching our kids.
Yeah.
If you want to teach them to binge drink because it helps God, sure, but like don't give them underage drinks. Like don't put them in that position.
Yeah.
And you've got like more and more like parent committees getting together and like at the shuls being like, do not let these kids in if they're drunk. But like it shouldn't already be the culture that kids get to walk around the streets and like, in packs looking for adults to give them drinks. Like what message is that sending? You're not supposed to do it. You're not supposed to be drunk and serving God at the same time. It literally says that. There's one time you get to do that. That's Purim. You don't get to do it any other time. And if you are on Simchat Torah Day, have a Torah open and you are laning from the Torah, you are davening, right? You're doing musaf, whatever it is, and you are drunk and you sound like you are slurring your word. That is disgusting. And you can't, we don't do that at our shul. You do that at your shul. Everyone does that at their shul. That is what happens at Simchat Torah, and it's disgusting. And should not be a part of our culture. Grow the fuck up. Stop drinking in excess on Simchat Torah like that. It's a bad example. All the women just sit on the side and watch it happen. Tell your husbands to stop. Rein them in.
And now it's time for our favourite segment.
I should have ranted. I got too angry.
I love it when you get angry. It's really good for the algorithm.
Algorithm loves anger.
All right, so it's time for our favourite segment.
I do like this segment.
Yeah. Shame in the shtetl.
This is a good one.
Today's,
did like this one.
Today's Facebook post. Is it a post? I'm not really on Facebook anymore. You call that a post?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You do this to press my buttons.
I'm not really on Facebook anymore.
You do
But
this.
your generation's not on Facebook either.
I mean, sometimes we are.
Yeah.
Who do you
For
think
this
sends you
stuff.
these?
Yeah. I know.
I send you these.
All right. This is from a Jewish mothers group in a
City in the world.
city in the world. And anonymous member writes,
Shining a light in a tough time. Have a dear friend facing a challenging hospital situation where their, should I say the name of the airline?
yeah.
Where their Qantas PJs were accidentally thrown out with the bed sheets. Does anyone have a pair of size large Qantas PJs to help her get through this? Please PM me ASAP with prayer hands emoji.
Okay. First of all,
You loved this.
I loved this so much. One, because for those of you who are not Australian,
or who are too poor to fly Qantas.
that's what I mean. I was going to say, Qantas PJs are what you get when you fly business or
Yeah.
first class on a long haul flight.
Yeah.
And it's
They're
a
also-
status symbol.
They literally look like jail pajamas.
Yeah.
It's just grey. It's grey with the kangaroo logo.
It was
and grey
designed
pants,
by like quite a big Australian
and it looks like
designer
you're
as well.
in prison.
All right. So, one, that's the reason why I loved this so much.
Yes.
Two, because it's not clear to me whether the challenging hospital situation is the fact that their Qantas pajamas got thrown out with the bed sheets.
You think they're just in there for like they're getting like a Brazilian butt lift, and then their PJs got thrown out,
Yeah,
and that's why they need the large because of the BBL. Yeah.
I just love that of all the things.
It's pretty funny.
Not a hamper.
No.
Not some extra childcare for the family while this person's in hospital.
The PJs.
The Qantas PJs.
You know what my favorite part of this is?
What?
Maybe 5 comments being like, DM me, I can help you out.
I didn't get that far.
Of course, lady, anonymous member, I will get you those PJs. Which is like, the Jewish people are amazing. We love
Yeah.
to help others. And sometimes that help looks like grey pajamas from an airline. And that's beautiful.
So are we shaming this person in the
No,
shtetl?
they want to help their friends the only way they know how. And that's the Qantas pajamas. Yeah.
Family and friends, listeners, viewers, thank you so
Enemies.
much for joining us. That's all we have time for today.
You've been watching / listening to Ashamed to Admit with me, Shoshana Gottlieb Becker, and you, Tammy Sussman.
This episode was brought to you by The Jindependent
You
with
have to say their real name.
The Jewish Independent with Alleyway Productions. The vocalist in our theme song is Sara Yael. More credits in the show notes.
Hey, if you enjoyed our episode today, share it around. Give it a positive review. Someone named Zoe commented on one of our podcasts recently. All
Really?
she said was, love this. And you know what, Zoe? I love you. Thank you so much. We need more of that.
Do you know who a Zoe is?
No.
I also don't know a Zoe.
I don't know who the Zoe is, but she loved our
It could
podcast.
be Zoe Foster Blake.
If it is,
She would have Qantas pajamas. Thank you so much and see you next week.
bye.